Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you my review of a brand new C6 Agility carbon fiber shin guard, the Hex Elite Carbon. This is a brand new shin guard that is a separate line to their current third generation carbon fiber shin guard that retails for a little bit less. The retail price is $115 US, but if you use SR4U at checkout as a coupon code, you can get 10% off of your order on the other shin guard as well. So instead of paying $115 for these, they end up being about $103. Still a fairly expensive shin guard, but we're going to go over all the details in today's video. So if you're curious to learn about C6's brand new shin guard, please stick around, and if you are interested in a pair, there is a link to their website down below in the description of this video where you can pick them up for yourself. So again, if you're interested in a pair, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. All right, so inside the packaging, you get the following items that I have laid out on the table: the Hex Elite Carbon shin guards and a set of their new C6 Valor compression sleeves, which you can buy separately for $25 a piece in either black or white, but they are included with the Hex Elite Carbon shin guards. So the shin guards, as you guys can see, are dramatically different in comparison to their third generation carbon fiber shin guard. That is my personal shin guard of choice. If you guys regularly watch the What's in My Soccer Bag videos, you're very familiar with these. This is their quote-unquote top-of-the-line shin guard. It's what I consider to be the best shin guard on the market. Has a retail price of $145 US. With an SR4U coupon code, you can pick them up for about $130, and they are really incredible. Super thin, handmade carbon fiber, made in the US, super lightweight, fit extremely well, and like I said, really the best of the best of what you could possibly want from a pair of shin guards. Now, I said this is their top-end model, and that's not to say that this is a takedown model, because it isn't. It's an alternate variation, a different style of shin guard, because a lot of what shin guards are all about is personal preference. Everybody likes something different. So this is kind of a bulkier style shin guard. Obviously, it's a little bit less expensive. The difference in price after an SR4U coupon code is about $30. So the difference in price isn't significant. They're both fairly expensive shin guard products, but this is something that's going to appeal to somebody who wants something a little bit different. Not everybody wants a super thin, super light shin guard. Some people prefer something a little bit more bulky that arguably will be more protective due to that little bit of extra bulk, and that's kind of what these are all about. So I guess the best way to describe this shin guard is that it's a very modern take on an old school style of shin guard. I'm sure a lot of you guys have worn the bar style shin guard, where it's plastic bars all in a row that are attached by some kind of material that allows it to flex around your shin, kind of giving you a perfect fit. That's what this is, but like I said, in a much more modern kind of variation. So these are 100% handmade in the US, which is something you can't say about too many products, let alone a soccer product. So that's very cool, and partially why these are on the higher end of things as far as prices go. But like I said, you get what you pay for. The quality is absolutely fantastic with C6 Agility products, whether it's this one or their third generation carbon fiber shin guard. So you have 3 separate carbon fiber plates that basically cover the front part of the guard. One that's going to be right directly through the middle of your shin, and then one that's going to curl around either side. So are there gaps in the protection? Technically yes, but the gaps are relatively small once the shin guards are on your legs, which you guys will see in just a second. So the quality of the carbon fiber, absolutely fantastic. It does have some decent thickness to it, as you guys can see by the side profile. They're basically really hard plates. You can flex them ever so slightly, but like I said, they are rock solid once they're on your shins. 20% stronger than standard ABS plastic, and C6, they really know what they're doing when it comes to carbon fiber. So they say that this is 6 times stronger than any other carbon fiber shin guard out there on the market in terms of the carbon itself. So no fillers, it's just straight up military grade carbon that looks the part, feels the part, and is extremely protective, which is what you want from obviously a shin guard implementation of carbon fiber, I suppose. Now, the backing material is very unique. It's actually a Poron XRD foam, which we have seen before from many other companies in their products, Nike included. And as you guys can see, it's a hex pattern. So it's basically glued directly to the back. This acts as a liner as well as a protection element, because Poron, it does a really good job of absorbing impact. That's the main reason why it was invented in the first place, why you see it in so much different sports equipment. And with this hex pattern, it allows the shin guards, or the actual entire unit, I guess is the best way to describe it, to curve around your leg really, really well. So this is a great product for somebody who perhaps does want a shin guard that does have a little bit of thickness to it. And also if you really struggle with finding shin guards that fit you properly, because you have this kind of, not necessarily hinge system, but this 3-bar design, the shin guards are going to wrap around any shape, any leg, and you're not really going to have any issues whether your shins are narrow or wide. It's going to fit absolutely everybody. It does have a chunkier feel to it and kind of a bulkier look in comparison to this guy right here, which is a little bit more, a lot thinner actually, and a little bit more streamlined. But again, shin guards are largely based around personal preference. So if you want something that, like I said, is a little bit more bulky, that's kind of what's on offer here. And then as you guys can see with the lining material, it's pretty much just a straight up kind of antibacterial mesh. Dries really quickly based on my experience, and it feels comfortable against your shin as well. As far as the sleeves go, they are really, really nice. They're made from an antibacterial material. The actual material itself has a decent thickness to it, so it doesn't really break down. It's elasticated, but because it is, like I said, a little bit thicker than the average shin guard sleeve, it doesn't stretch out. It doesn't get to a point where it just doesn't have any more elastication to it. This is really, really durable and feels really nice against your shin. It has a nice kind of compression feel that's even across the entire sleeve, which is really important. Just has the one stitch going down the back of the actual sleeve itself, which you do not feel when you're wearing them. Obviously, it does have the tapered design where it's a little bit smaller towards the ankle and a little bit bigger towards what's going to be the upper part of your calf. On the inside, it does have a kind of rubberized coating right here on the inside on the upper part of your calf, so that's going to help it to really grip your leg and prevent it from sliding down. Again, these things are available in black and white. The ones that you will receive with these shin guards will be black in color, and they'll coordinate with the size of shin guard that you go with. This shin guard is available in medium or large sizes. I have the large size right here, and we'll talk about the sizing a little bit later in the video. So if you buy large shin guards, they're going to come with large sleeves, which makes a lot of sense. But the sleeves themselves, like I mentioned, they're available in white or black, and you can get the sleeves in small, medium, or large, while the shin guards themselves are only available in sizes medium and large. So that's pretty much it as far as just an overview of what you get with this particular shin guard product, the guards themselves as well as the sleeves included. And next, let's take a look at the weight just so we can see how lightweight these guys actually are. As far as weight is concerned, I thought we would compare the 3rd generation carbon fiber shin guard to their new Hex Elite carbon shin guard just to see what the difference is between the two. So I'm going to be weighing both for you today in real time using this scale. Keep in mind these are both the exact same size large, so this is a very fair comparison. We'll start off with their 3rd generation guard, throw it on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at a ridiculously lightweight 1.4 ounces, the equivalent of 39 grams. These things are essentially weightless while you're wearing them. So we'll change the scale back to ounces, pull these off, and we'll throw on the Hex Elite carbon shin guards, and you can see that they weigh in at a remarkably lightweight 2.9 ounces, not quite as remarkable when side by side with their 3rd generation guard, the equivalent of 82 grams. So they're essentially double the weight of their 3rd generation carbon fiber shin guard, which sounds like a bad thing, but at 82 grams, that's still very, very lightweight for a pair of shin guards, especially ones as protective and as solid as these are. So again, this isn't really a takedown model of their 3rd generation shin guard, even though it is technically less expensive. It's just a different style of shin guard. So if you want something super light, super thin, and arguably a little bit less protective, maybe the 3rd generation shin guard is the way to go. Whereas if you want something that literally will fit any leg shape due to this 3-bar design, and also has a little bit more bulk to it, has a little bit more protection to it for the sake of having a little bit more weight, then maybe you're going to prefer the Hex Elite Carbon. That's kind of why they introduced the second product. It's not necessarily a takedown, it's just a different option as far as shin guard preferences go. Alright, so here is a look at the shin guards when you're actually wearing them. Obviously a lot different from their 3rd generation carbon fiber shin guard. That's a lot thinner, a lot more low profile. You almost don't see them when you're wearing them. Whereas this is kind of a different style of shin guard, like I mentioned earlier in the video, that's supposed to be a little bit more bulky and just have more substantial protection overall. Some people like the security of having that little bit of extra bulk on your shins. It makes them feel safer. They're just more comfortable with it. So again, shin guards while obviously they're supposed to provide a certain amount of protection, with which both the C6 shin guards do provide, this is going to provide a slightly more substantial amount of protection that, again, some people prefer over having something a little bit thinner. So what's great about this shin guard is because of that bar design, you have basically a custom fit every single time that you put them on. You'll notice that when I was showing them earlier in the video, they're completely flat. But when pressure is applied from the sleeves and the socks to press them against your leg, they basically separate the bars and wraps around your shin perfectly. So if you're one of those people that generally tends to struggle with having shin guards that fit you properly, these are fully adjustable every single time that you put them on and are guaranteed to fit you properly just because you have that bar style design, which is mainly why the bar design came into play in the first place, even prior to C6 kind of doing their take on it, I suppose. So they fit literally any leg shape. Obviously, it is a sleeve style shin guard, so there is no ankle protection. This is about the height that I like to wear my shin guards. Everyone has, again, their own kind of preferences when it comes to this kind of thing. You can wear them a little bit lower if you'd like, but I personally just like to keep the bulk away from my ankles. Is this the best way of doing it? Again, it's really a matter of preference and personal opinion in that regard. And the sleeves themselves, they work really, really well. They hold the shin guards in place nicely. They provide compression, but they're not too tight, which can be an issue with a lot of compression sleeves. And they have that nice kind of rubberized strap on the inside that really does a good job of holding them in place right here at the top, kind of the biggest point of your calf, so they're not going to slide down on you. And the shin guards, they feel light on your shins. Obviously, they do have some bulk to them, but they definitely don't feel bulky when you're actually wearing them. They fit really well. They're nice and comfortable. The liner is nice against your skin. And again, I don't really have any complaints in regards to the shin guard. Is it my personal favorite style of shin guard? No, I do prefer their other third generation shin guard that obviously a little bit more expensive, but a little bit more low profile, a little bit thinner. I just prefer that type of feel. But again, if you want something a little bit more substantial, this is a very, very good shin guard to consider. All right, guys, that is it for my review of the Hex Elite carbon fiber shin guard from C6 Agility. If you guys are interested in a pair of these for yourself, again, the very first link down below in the description of this video will take you to their website, where again, these retail for $115 US, but if you use coupon code SR4U at checkout, you'll get 10% off of your order. That goes for their other shin guard as well. So just keep that in mind if you were planning on picking up anything from C6 Agility. If you guys have any questions at all regarding this particular shin guard or C6 Agility in general, leave your questions down below in the comment section. I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.